Hey guys, how you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour. This has been a long time coming. I haven't done a bookshelf tour since 2017. So my shelves have changed quite a bit. I've gotten rid of a lot of books. I've gotten new books. I've changed the organization. It's going to be a fun time. So before we actually get into the bookshelf tour, I just want to kind of give you an overview of all the shelves and kind of talk about how it's organized. I find it fascinating how people decide to organize their shelves, some by alphabet, some by author, some by rainbow, which I wish I could do, but I can't separate my series. But the way that I decide to do it is kind of a mess. I tend to break a lot of my own rules, which is fine. But generally I organize by format, and then within that I try to do it by height orders. What I mean by format is tall hardcovers are all together, hardcovers are all together, and then paperbacks are all together. But like I said, I do break that rule sometimes. Let's just get started with the bookshelf tour. Low-key Cassandra Clare shelf. I have almost every single Cassandra Clare book on the shelf. It does kind of continue on to this next one, which you guys will see. But this is the Cassandra Clare shelf. I just have a few different decor items on this shelf. I have my Once Upon a Time Funkos on this shelf. So we have Captain Hook, Prince Charming, and Snow White. And then I just have this little canvas painting that I did that says Parabatai with the Parabatai rune. So the first book is Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. These make up the Infernal Devices trilogy. Then we have the City of Bones 10th Anniversary Collector's Edition, City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire, and that makes up the Mortal Instruments series, Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, and Queen of Air and Darkness, and that makes up the Dark Artifices trilogy. And then we just have the Red Scrolls of Magic, which is the first book in the Eldest Curses trilogy. So then we kind of continue into the Cassandra Clare shelf with a couple of other books over here. Little owl decor thing sitting here, as well as this little drawing that I did years ago that just says "in case of feels." Don't really know why that's still on my shelf, but whatever. First we have the Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, and Maureen Johnson. Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, and Robin Wasserman. And the Shadowhunters Codex by Cassandra Clare and Joshua Lewis. And then I just have the new paperback editions of City of Ashes and City of Glass because I'm slowly collecting these editions. Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo, Caraval by Stephanie Garber, and The Cuckoo's Calling and The Silkworm, both by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling. And then this is some more tall hardcovers on this shelf for decorations. I just have my little Belle Funko along with my Beast Funko. First we have Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer, Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. Then we have the entire Red Queen series. We have Red Queen, Glass Sword, King's Cage, and Warstorm, all by Victoria Aveyard. And then we have the entire Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. We have the Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and of course Kingdom of Ash. And then we have the entire A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogies. We have A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, and A Court of Wings and Ruin. And then we have my Marissa Meyer shelf, which really breaks the organization method because we have normal hardcovers, tall hardcovers, and paperbacks all on this shelf. This is one of my favorite shelves on my bookcase because Marissa Meyer is one of my favorite authors, so there's a lot of fun things on this shelf. We have my Rapunzel Funko to kind of represent Cress. We have a little Gus toy from Cinderella, to, represent Cinder, I guess. We have an Arch Enemies pin on top of Renegades. Cheshire Cat little mystery figure to represent Heartless. And then, of course, at the end we have my Cogsworth figure that you can buy at Disneyland. And then tucked behind there is an art print of the Renegades crew, which I got at a Marissa Meyer signing last year. Here we have the entire Lunar Chronicles series. We have Ferris, which is the prequel, Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, and Winter, and then of course Stars Above at the end there, which is a short story collection. And then we have the two graphic novels, Wires and Nerve and Wires and Nerve Volume 2 Gone Rogue. And then we have Renegades and Arch Enemies. Then we have Heartless by Marissa Meyer in hardcover and in paperback, as well as a paperback of Cinder and Scarlet, because again I am slowly collecting these in paperback. And then this is the Arc of Cinder. And then these are some more tall hardcovers. My Monica Funko Pop from Friends. We have Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. I'll Be There For You, the one about Friends by Kelsey Miller. And then tucked behind that is Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings, just because I simply ran out of room for it. The Diviners by Liv O'Bray. The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. And The Wizards of Once by Cressida Cowell. And then we have this shelf, which is dedicated to normal size hardcovers. This one has a hodgepodge of a bunch of different items. We have my Lumiere figure to match the Cogsworth one. We have this little Chip cup, and then I have my Mrs. Potts and Chip Funko Pops. I have these itty bitties of Spider-Man and Black Widow, as well as my little Christmas ornament of Triss Pryor. So first we have Scythe and Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman, the first two books in the Arc of a Scythe trilogy, and also Dry by Neil Shusterman and Jared Shusterman. The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding by Alexandra Bracken, and the Divergent series by Veronica Roth, consisting of Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant, and the short story collection 4. Then I have Sea of Shadows and Empire of Night by Kelly Armstrong. Looking for Alaska by John Green in the special 10th anniversary edition. Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. The List by Siobhan Vivian. The Masked Truth by Kelly Armstrong. Wonderstruck by Brian Selznick. And Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel. And then we have another normal hardcover shelf, The Other Mother from Coraline. We have this little old key that I put to represent the archived. Little Eeyore statue from Hallmark that says never underestimate the value of doing nothing. And then this little dog plushie that I named Kenji after Shatter Me. So we have the Mara Dyer trilogy, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, The Evolution of Mara Dyer, and The Retribution of Mara Dyer, as well as the first two books in the Shaw Confessions trilogy, which is The Becoming of Noah Shaw and The Reckoning of Noah Shaw. And then we have The Archived and The Unbound, both by Victoria Schwab, The Near Witch by V.E. Schwab. The first three books in the Magisterium series by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. We have The Iron Trial, The Copper Gauntlet, and The Bronze Key. Then we have the Raven Cycle Quartet by Maggie Stiefvater, The Raven Boys, The Dream Thieves, Blue Lily, Lily Blue, and The Raven King. Then we have the first 5 books in the Shatter Me series, Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, Restore Me, and Defy Me, as well as a very large Expansive Sea and Furthermore, also by Tahara Mafi. And then we have my Hunger Games shelf, which is a new addition to my bookcase. A lot of Hunger Games Funkos here. So we have Peeta Mellark, Katniss in her wedding dress, Katniss in the Mockingjay dress, and of course President Snow. We also have the Mockingjay pin, as well as his little random mystery tribute. He's just from some random district. He's an unnamed character, so that kind of sucks. We have the Hunger Games Catching Fire, which is, I think, one of the UK editions that I found at a thrift store. And then we have the Hunger Games trilogy, The Hunger Games Catching Fire and Mockingjay, and these are my secondary editions that I will be annotating. And then these are my original box set, which is the same covers as the other one, so I'm not going to pull them out, but they're the exact same. And then this is my Anna Green Gables dedicated shelf. The only decor on this shelf is my Anna Green Gables doll that I bought, I think, back in 2010. I don't remember where I got it, but I think you can find these on Amazon or something very similar on Amazon. I have this hardcover edition of Anna Green Gables that I will be annotating. I don't know what most of these editions are called, so I apologize for that, but this one I bought purely to annotate. Then I think we have the Hallmark Books edition of Anna Green Gables. And we have this pretty cool edition of Anna Green Gables. Then we have Anna Green Gables, a graphic novel adapted by Mariah Marsden and illustrated by Brenna Thumler. We have this edition of Anna Green Gables. And then we have the entire series. We have Anna Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea, Anne of the Island, Anne of Windy Poplars, Anne's House of Dreams, Anne of Ingleside, Rainbow Valley, and also Rilla of Ingleside. A Wordsworth Classic Edition of Anna Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea. The prequel, Before Green Gables by Budge Wilson. And then we have the Puffin in Bloom edition of Anna Green Gables. This is actually my favorite edition. And then we have this edition of Anna Green Gables. And then I have this illustrated edition of Anna Green Gables. It's illustrated in color by Troy Howell. We have more regular sized hardcovers. We have my 3 Christopher Robin Funkos of Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, and Tigger, as well as this little Save Amara Princess and the Fangirl pin that I got in an indigo book box. I have 365 Days of Wonder, which is Mr. Brown's Book of Precepts by R.J. Palacio. And then we have all 4 of my editions of Wonder. We have this exclusive collector's edition, which I adore. This is my original edition, which has the Julian chapter in it. This is the movie tie-in edition that I defaced, obviously. This is its dust jacket. And then we have just this normal edition that was signed at Barnes & Noble. Finally, we have Augie and Me, which is 3 Wonder stories. It has the Julian chapter, Pluto, and Shingling. We have 2 editions of The Fault in Our Stars. We have the original edition, and then we also have this exclusive collector's edition. And then we have the To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy by Jenny Han, which consists of To All the Boys I've Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You, and Always and Forever Laura Jean. We have Dumplin' and Puddin', both by Julie Murphy. Then we have When Dimple Met Rishi from Twinkle with Love and There's Something About Sweetie, all by Sandia Menon. We have I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. The Love and Lies of Roxana Ali. And then we have Geekerella and the Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. And then we have another dedicated author shelf. This is Rainbow Rowell. So I just have a bunch of Lilo and Stitch things here because it just kind of fit the vibe. So we have my little Scrump plush, this little Stitch Lego figure, and my Lilo Funko Pop. First up, we have Landline, Carry On in hardcover, my 2 hardcovers of Fangirl, the exclusive collector's edition from Target, and then just the normal edition. And then I have my 2 editions of Eleanor and Park, the exclusive collector's edition and also the regular edition. And then I have my Fangirl paperback edition, my Carry On paperback edition, attachments, and then Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. This is actually a graphic novel. And then here we have another regular hardcover shelf. We have my little Pennywise 5-star figure. He comes with little SS Georgie. We have Bill, Pennywise of course, Eddie, and my favorite, Richie. And then just right here I just have a bunch of bookmarks. So first we just have my little Marie Lu section. So we have the Legend trilogy by Marie Lu, Legend, Prodigy, and Champion. Then we have the Young Elites trilogy, the Young Elites, the Rose Society, and the Midnight Star. And then the Legend graphic novel, which is adapted by Leigh Dragoon and illustrated by Kari. A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallero, The Infinite Moment of Us by Lauren Miracle, The Storied Life of A.J. Fickery, The Year of Secret Assignments by Jacqueline Moriarty, Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella, How to Love by Katie Katugno, Chaotic Good by Whitney Gardner, The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, Girl Made of Stars and How to Make a Wish, both by Ashley Herring Blake, Moxie by Jennifer Matthew, Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson, The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hand, Alex Approximately and Starry Eyes, both by Jen Bennett, and then The Last Song and Safe Haven, both by Nicholas Sparks. And we have some more regular sized hardcovers. On this shelf I have my 3 Gilmore Girls Funkos. We have Rory, Lorelai, and Suki. And we also just have my little Sadness Disney Infinity figure. So we have Broken Hearts, Fences, and Other Things to Mend, Revenge Ice Cream and Other Things Best Served Cold, and Hearts, Fingers, and Other Things to Cross, all by Katie Finn, aka Morgan Matson. And then we have Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, Second Chance Summer, Since You've Been Gone, The Unexpected Everything, and Save the Date, all again by Morgan Matson. Then we have my 2 copies of The Hate You Give, the movie tie-in edition, and then just the normal edition, as well as On the Come Up, all by Angie Thomas. Then we have the 3 books in the Simon-verse trilogy by Becky Albertalli, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, The Upside of Unrequited, and Leah on the Offbeat. Then we have What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. And then we have They Both Die at the End, History Is All You Left Me, and More Happy Than Not, all by Adam Silvera. And then lastly we have Ramona Blue by Julie Murphy. So then we have another random tall hardcover shelf. I have my Princess Tiana Funko Pop and my Boo Funko Pop. I have 2 editions of Again But Better by Christina Riccia. We have the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition and then the Target exclusive edition. The Help by Catherine Stockett in hardcover. Maud by Melanie J. Fishbane. This Star Won't Go Out by Esther Earle with Lori and Wayne Earle and an introduction by John Green. And then lastly, Popular by Maya Van Wagenen. And then we have my first paperback shelf. So I just have a little plush of Winnie the Pooh and then an itty bitty plush of Eeyore. First up, we have The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings. And then we have my Shatter Me books in paperback. So we have Unite Me, which consists of the novellas Destroy Me and Fracture Me, Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, and then Restore Me, all by Tahara Mafi. We have The Fill-In Boyfriend and By Your Side, both by Casey West. Keeper by Kim Chance. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Made You Up by Francesca Zappia. The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. Dumplin' by Julie Murphy. Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. Gorilla by Ashley Poston. We have the If I Stay duology by Gail Foreman, consisting of If I Stay and Where She Went. And then we have the Just One Day duology, also by Gail Foreman, consisting of Just One Day and Just One Year, as well as the little short story companion Just One Night. Then we have Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Audrey Waite by Robin Benway. Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy by Jenny Han, consisting of The Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer. And then we have Volume 1 of Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, which is a graphic novel. Then we have The Deaf by Cody Keplinger, Dear Martin by Nick Stone, The Takedown by Corey Wang, Goodbye Days by Jeff Sentner, Let It Snow, 3 Holiday Stories by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle, Unbound by Neil Schusterman, which is stories from the Unwind world, and let's not talk about how I don't own the rest of the books, or haven't read them either. It's fine. And then finally we have 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. And then we have this bottom shelf of paperbacks and mixed series, which is kind of hard to show since it's so low. We just have my Mike and Sully Disney Infinity figures. We have my I Love Lucy Funko. And we have this little quote plaque from Hallmark that says, "If you can dream it, you can do it, Walt Disney." First up, we have Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, The Help by Catherine Stockett, Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, 12 Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han in the movie tie-in edition, Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, This Song Will Save Your Life by Layla Sales, The Storied Life of A.J. Figry by Gabrielle Zevin, as well as Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac, also by Gabrielle Zevin. Then we have the entire Soul Screamers series by Rachel Vincent in these volumes. We have Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. We have the Dark Visions trilogy by Elle Smith, which consists of The Strange Power, The Possessed, and The Passion. Then we have the Anna and the French Kiss trilogy by Stephanie Perkins, Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After. Then we have the Burn for Burn trilogy by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian, Burn for Burn, Fire with Fire, and Ashes to Ashes. And then lastly, we have the first 3 books in the Castor Chronicles series, Beautiful Creatures, Beautiful Darkness, and Beautiful Chaos. And then we have my least favorite shelf on the bookcase, which is just kind of a bunch of oddball books. But we have my Peter Pan flying Funko, my very first ever Funko, which is Tinkerbell, this little Dorothy itty bitty plush, Ruby slipper keychain, and this little random Toto in a basket toy. I also have this clay book that I made when I was in grade 8. I don't know why this is still on my shelf, as well as just some random Disney mystery toys. We have my 2 editions of Perks Being a Wallflower, the movie tie-in edition, and then just the normal cover. Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. This is in the Puffin Chalk edition or something like that. This is Matilda by Roald Dahl in the Puffin Modern Classics edition. The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Tender Loving Care by Anne Park. A bunch of Nicholas Sparks books I don't feel like pulling out, but we have The Last Song, A Walk to Remember, Safe Haven, The Longest Ride, The Best of Me, The Notebook, and Dear John, and at the very bottom we have The Giver by Lois Lowry. And then we have my 2 editions of The Wizard of Oz. We have the Scholastic Junior Classics edition, which is my original copy, and then we have the Barnes & Noble edition. And the final shelf on my entire bookcase, this is just a bunch of paperbacks or mixed series. We have my Marvel Funkos. We have Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, and Captain America. I have my annotation pouch. It's a golden lily piece of paper signed by Rochelle Mead. And then my mug full of pens, which is a little too full. First we have Dark Secrets by Elizabeth Chandler, which consists of Legacy of Lies and Don't Tell. The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. The Dark Vault by Victoria Schwab, which consists of The Archived and The Unbound. Then we have my little Kelly Armstrong section, so my original copy of The Reckoning by Kelly Armstrong. And then we have the Darkest Powers trilogy. We have the Summoning, the Awakening, and The Reckoning. And then we have the Darkness Rising trilogy, which is The Gathering, The Calling, and The Rising, as well as my original copy of The Gathering. And then we have the 10th Anniversary of Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, as well as the entire series consisting of Vampire Academy, Frostbite, Shadowkiss, Blood Promise, Spirit Bound, and Last Sacrifice. And then we have the first 3 books in graphic novel form. And then we have the spin-off series Bloodlines. We have Bloodlines, The Golden Lily, The Indigo Spell, The Fiery Heart, Silver Shadows, and The Ruby Circle. So I hope you guys enjoyed that bookshelf tour. Like I said in the beginning, I haven't done one in forever, so they are quite different from the last bookshelf tour, so I felt like I needed to do an updated one. I do have another shelf over here that's Harry Potter, so if you want to see in depth with that, I do have a whole Harry Potter bookshelf tour, which I'll link in the cards. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below how you guys organize your bookshelves, because like I said at the beginning, I'm very fascinated by how people decide to organize their shelves. Subscribe if you have not yet already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!